It's not about where you are, it's about what direction are you going. And those belts, those color belts, that blue belt, that purple, that brown, that black belt, yes, the black belt, that's the direction we want to go. I want to give you 3 key things that are going to help you keep moving forward. Now, I want to be straightforward with you. There are 2 things right off the top that we have to say are a given, and that is the golden rule of the white belts. Keep going to class. That's baseline, right? And also combined with tap early, tap often. We're going to say those are gimmies, and I want to get into 3 others because those 2 are going to keep you trained, right? You got to keep going to class, and you got to tap early and tap often, or you're going to find yourself injured and not able to train. So with those 2 as our baseline, let's get in to these 3 key steps that are going to help you keep moving forward. The number one thing that you can do to keep moving forward in the right direction is don't worry about what you don't know. Now, I don't know how else to say that. I know I'm breaking all the English grammar rules about double negatives. I remember in the beginning, it is so overwhelming. You don't have anything as a foundation for jiu-jitsu knowledge, so everything is information overload. Your mind is like, wait a second, there's a lot going on here. You know what? Nearly 10 years in at brown belt, there's still a lot going on. It's okay not to know stuff. Don't get overwhelmed by that and don't get discouraged. That is part of our earliest stages of jiu-jitsu, and as long as you can admit that, it's actually how you can learn a little better. Just admit you don't know. All right, the second thing you can do to keep moving forward in jiu-jitsu in light of like don't worry about what we don't know, hey, let's focus on learning just a few things at a time and getting new details to make those few things even better. So let's learn close guard, right? And matter of fact, while we're there, let's just understand close guard and let's learn 1 sweep and 1 submission. Instead of thinking about 12 different sweeps from close guard, which those are cool, but let's just learn 1 and focus on getting new details to make that 1 sweep a whole lot better. Let's learn that 1 submission and find a way to fine tune it and make it even better, right? Because what happens is if we just tack on knowledge and knowledge and knowledge, we miss out on making a few things really good. You have a great opportunity at white belt to do just that. Like set the pace for your jiu-jitsu journey that you're going to focus on getting a few things better. I see black belts do this all the time. They get most excited from me watching them. They get most excited about fine-tuning details, things they already knew, but it's new details. We'll start that at white belt because there's a temptation to just memorize everything in jiu-jitsu. Like, okay, you'll get there. But right now, let's just focus on a few things. Make those things really, really good. Let's learn 1 submission from mount, 1 submission from back. And let's just stop there. Now, reverse the roles. 1 escape from side control, 1 escape from mount, 1 escape from back control. Like, let's just learn that so that when you find yourself in one of those positions during a roll, it's like, okay, I only know 1 escape. We'll try that 1 escape, right? Then we can add a second one later. But the point is, just focus on learning a few things because that's going to encourage you. Because you know what? It can be real overwhelming really fast. But if it's like, okay, just 1 submission and 1 sweep from here, I can do that. Yes, you can. And I think that'll help you in a big way as you move forward. All right, the number 3 thing you can do to stay encouraged and keep moving the right direction is to be careful how you define success, right? Because real easily, if you're not careful, you can only define success by whether you submitted someone or not. But there are so many more wins in jiu-jitsu, and at white belt, I'm just going to tell you, like, you're going to lose a lot in the beginning. So we have to be careful how we define success because there are wins that you can have if you're willing to look in the right places. Meaning, we just talked about knowing some basic things. Well, let's say that you did go for that 1 submission, but they defended it. Well, you can be discouraged by that, or you can think, you know what, hey, I remembered a submission and I actually attacked someone. Like they had to react to my attack. That's a win, right? We can work on the details and clean it up so you can get some finishes later. But let's just celebrate the fact that you did that. I think that's really important as you're starting out jiu-jitsu, and it's really important no matter how far you go. At brown belt and 45 years old, I got to be careful. If I only define success by me tapping people, like I don't have much to celebrate, right? Like I can get some set taps, but as these young guys are up and coming, like, look, they're catching me. We all have different goals with jiu-jitsu, and so with that, there can be different levels of success. So have fun exploring that. Have fun thinking about like, what is success for you? For a lot of people, it's like just showing up and doing something extremely difficult like jiu-jitsu. That's a win. Like going to class is actually something to celebrate. Like congratulations, you did something extremely difficult that very few people are willing to jump out and do, right? Or if they try it, it's like, this is too hard, I'm out. So you went back and you did something difficult for the day. So good job, right? There's different ways we can celebrate success. So I just want to challenge you. It's up to you to figure out what those are. I can't give you all those, but I can challenge you to look for them because you will find them and they're beyond the submissions. Okay, look for those because there's a lot of wins in jiu-jitsu and they're worth identifying and they're worth celebrating because that's going to keep you encouraged as you move forward in jiu-jitsu. All right, I hope those are just a few things that can help encourage you to move forward because I see so many people get discouraged early on. They're not progressing as fast as they want. They're not catching their teammates with submissions. It's like, look, there's a lot bigger perspective, and I don't want you caught up staring at the tree when there's a big forest of jiu-jitsu that's meant to be enjoyed. And with a bigger and broader perspective, you're going to do just that. You're going to find yourself enjoying yourself at class, finding the ways to be successful, finding the ways to define success that are beyond just taps. You're going to focus on knowing a few things and getting better at those. You're going to find yourself not worrying about what you don't know. Like, it's all good. And you're going to keep that as you progress through the ranks. Wherever you are in jiu-jitsu, I would love to know, if you're a current white belt, what are some things that have helped you so far? And if you're a color belt, hey, what were some things that helped you keep going? Like, you're still here at purple or at brown. So what were some things looking back on white that were helpful to you? I'd love to hear from you. Comment below because I'd like to know. Until next time, guys, train on.